So let's just give everyone just another minute or so that everyone can hear, and then we can get started. And that's me. Hi, guys. There's a few of us in here already, and more on their way. So I just want to, hi, Brad. Thanks for that. Just as I said, I'm going to give everyone just a few seconds, at least up to a minute, just to get on, because I know it takes a little bit of time just to get the audio connected with Zoom, and then we can get going right away after that. So in the meantime, just make sure that everybody that can see me. So you guys can hear me. Hi, Nathan. Nice to see you. Vladimir, good day to you too, sir. And yeah, so the screen will be changing constantly. If you are able to come on camera, you're more than welcome to, and we can all have a wave at each other. It's going to be a session that we are going to be muted just because of obviously some background noises and so on from various people, so that we can display properly. So just, I think we're about to get set right now, and I'll get started. So hello everyone, and thanks so much for joining us today. We're in for a special treat, and we're going to get started right now with our presentation for today. And sorry, there's just a few settings I need to do on my side, and I can get going with that straight away. All right, so officially, hello to everyone that's on here. I'm glad that you could make it today. We've got some really interesting information for you, really interesting demonstration that we're going to have a special guest on in just a moment to tell us about. So just firstly, I just want to confirm that everyone can hear me. And I see in the chat already that some are saying yes, so that's fantastic. Please remember to close your doors, sit down, get comfortable. This is going to last about an hour. It's a live demonstration, and during that time, you're more than welcome to grab a cup of coffee, tea, wine, beer, whatever suits you, and sit back, relax, and let's go through this together. Now, today's topic is the world's only 3-time Forex trading champion revealing his secrets live. Plus, you'll see his 94.4% accurate cloud-based trading tool before anyone else. So some exciting stuff to come. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be about an hour long. However, during that time, you will be able to ask questions, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. And then towards the latter part of the demonstration, we'll cover all the questions that we possibly can and answer everybody. I do encourage you to stay till the very end, because there's going to be a lot of information revealed that can be very useful to you, and you don't want to miss anything, right? So let's sit back for that time. Just to begin with, also a quick note, this is a trading demonstration, and trading, as many of you might know, involves risk. If you are risk averse or you are not interested in trading, then this is not the demonstration for you. However, I think that most of us on here today are here because we love trading or want to know more about trading, and so that's a good reason then for us to continue. So let's then continue. So here on the Zoom, I've taken an image of where you can place your chats. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Zoom, there's a little box here at the bottom, and you'll be able to submit your questions and comments there. And as I said, throughout the presentation, we'll be looking at those, but we'll be answering them towards the latter part so that we can get through this as quickly and efficiently as we can with as much information packed in. And I do encourage you to please be engaged. This is how you will ensure you maximize your time with us. We are live, so let's interact where possible. And for those who are having some technical issues maybe with the settings or would like some assistance with that, we do also have a Skype on standby and some support personnel there at Laziak Trading. if you type that into your Skype, you would be able to get through to one of the support personnel there, and they could take you through any issues you're having there. So who am I? Firstly, for those of you who don't know, and I do see some of my students on here, so thank you very much, guys, for joining today. My name is Adrian Jones. I'm a Forex trader and I'm the CEO of Tradeology. I've got 10 years plus of active trading experience. I'm the CEO of one of the most popular trading education companies in the world. I've personally coached thousands of traders over the years, and I write a daily finance newsletter to well over 300,000 subscribers. And we're going to be hearing today from Toshko Raychev. He's going to be our guest presenter, demonstrator. He's a professional trader and mentor. He's had over 15 years of active trading experience himself. He's a 3-time world trading champion, and I'll be getting into the details of that in just a moment. He's coached well over 5,000 traders, and this is just a quick snippet of one of his statements where you can see on the right here, he had made in just a few weeks, in real money, live account, $173,000. He had a 94.4% win rate, and fantastic results here. And we'll get back to this in just a short while. And of course, there's much more about this that we can reveal, which we will be doing. And here's just a screenshot of one of our staff meeting Toshko. Toshko's villa in Greece, and Toshko is also the country director of the International Karate Alliance, and is also very much into his fitness. He, as you can see, is an achiever in everything he does, and so we'll definitely be hearing more about that aspect of it from him in just a short while. And I mentioned that he's a 3-time world trading champion. Well, he won 3 successive world trading championships, and the gains that he made in each of these were 651% over, 809%, and 118% in 3 successive world trading championships, as I said. Now, this particular one that I'm showing on the screen here, this was a system that he used for the very first championship that he took part in, and he came out with that with a 651% gain. It was called the 09D3 system. You can see it on the chart here, and it was made up of essentially a cog or linear regression or iReg indicator together with some MAs and also MACD. And well, of course, he came out tops there. Just full disclosure at this point also, I was a judge during that competition. I was one of the panelists of judges, and I got to meet Toshko for the first time after this particular contest. He re-entered again in the next contest with his second system, which was called the D9D2 system, and he won that again with an 809% gain. You'll see it on the chart here. Again, he made use of his cog, and he had different settings with the MAs. He had a MACD, and this time he also had 2 other indicators, an RSI and a CCI with very specific parameters. And well, this particular system and the rules for that won out that trading challenge, which thousands of traders from around the world took part in. And basically how this works is price would move towards the outer band here and then regress back towards the inner band. And that's where one would look for a signal there, you know, with the cog. Well, you know, he entered for a 3rd time after that, this time with a system known as the F10L3 system. And you can see that there's been a progression here also. And again, we've still got a cog on the screen. We've got a MACD. This time it had different settings. And this time he had custom coded what he called the trigger indicator to enter or signal when one should enter trades for this particular system. Now, I know an obvious question is, why does this amount here, even though it is high, look below the other amounts, 800% and 600%? Well, the reason for that is, during this 3rd competition, the panel of judges actually got together and we decided to tighten the rules quite stringently. Again, there were thousands of traders from all over the world that took part. This was with a live account. We limited the traders with their lot size. We limited them with the time that they had to trade. We also limited them in various other aspects that made it particularly difficult to trade, so that by the end of it, we wanted to be sure that we had absolutely the best system possible. And this was, as I mentioned earlier, the third successive time that Toshko had entered the competition, and he won it again with well over doubling his account with very stringent conditions. So just goes to show, how good a trader he is. Now, over the years, he has constantly pushed his trading boundaries and tweaked his systems to give him even more consistently profitable trades. And some of you on here are likely students, or some have not heard from him before, but I've pulled together a lot of different comments that I've seen from his students. There actually are too many to put up on a slide, but I've taken a few and put them up here, and I'll just cover a few of them here. One chap is saying, I flirted with the idea of trading, but I've been too nervous to actually start trading, to do this for real. Took my first trade, made $416. And then another, to my surprise, for the first time I saw cash in my account, trading the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, $185. May not look like a lot of money, but to me, it's everything. All I did was to follow your trading system guidelines, which, by the way, my 10-year-old could follow. Another one, just look at the 3 successful trades in succession from the current pound yen. It all worked out perfectly. The yield was over $3,000. Another one, I made more than $1,000 profit today with 3 trades. So far, so good. All conservative trades, mixed over 15 minutes and 1 hour time frame, using signals as confirmation. A great confident start. And here is one of his more recent statements. I know it's a bit small to see on the screen with this particular slide, but well, I can go through it and say this is a live account. You can see hopefully the dollar amounts here. I'll just highlight a few. $9,630 on that trade, $855 on that trade, and so on and so forth. Really phenomenal. And that takes me back to the slide that I showed you a bit earlier on with his win rate. It's taken from this latest statement, $173,000, well over, made with that 94.44% win rate. And you can see here also he had consecutive trades, 23 consecutive winning trades. Really phenomenal. And really, for those of you who aren't aware, that 94.4% win rate is fantastic. If somebody had a win rate of 50%, I'd say that you'd be able to make a profit with that. If you had anything between 50 and 60%, then you've got a good win rate. If it's anything between 60 and 70%, then you've got an extremely good win rate. Well, Toshko's win rate, as we'll see, on average has been well over 90%. Phenomenal, and nothing less than what you'd expect actually from a world trading champion, 3-time world trading champion, right? So that's where we get to that with that. And this brings us to that statement that we've just seen. He made those gains using his Fortunatus FX. It's been a progression since those days of the World Trading Championships to this very point where he has this particular Fortunatus FX, which is 5 custom indicators, which is named the dot, the volume meter, the FS1, the FS2, and the FS3, and you can see that on the screen. He'll go into this a bit more with us a bit later. So there's been an evolution over the years. In other words, he constantly is pushing himself to better the systems, and Fortunatus is really the pinnacle of all of that. Now, to take it a step further, he's taken his Fortunatus and created it as the backbone to what he calls the Trade Command Center. Now, we'll get to go into this in just a moment, but essentially everything that he's learned over the years is in this Trade Command Center right here. And these are the kind of gains that he's been making over the last while, his daily pip gains, weekly, and so on. You can see here, currently it was about 96% at the time I took this graph, even more than what the statement was that I'd shown you a bit earlier. So really very, very high. So let's recap then. Today, he's going to demonstrate a technique for trading the markets without using any indicators that you can use immediately. And he's going to walk you through how the semi-automated brain behind the Trade Command Center works. And what we're going to see is the currency pair with the highest probability for success, the direction you should trade, when to enter the market, what price to target, when to double down on some trades to double your profit, when to put your stop loss, and how much you will risk compared to how much you will make. So at this particular point, I just want to find Toshko in the crowd and welcome you on here, Toshko. And let's see if you're there. Oh, there you are.
Hey, Adrian. Hello, everyone. It's
Hi,
me,
Toshko.
as you can see, Toshko Raychev.
Welcome, Toshko. I
yeah.
just want to make sure everyone can hear us still, and I think so. So
hope
welcome,
so.
Toshko. Thanks so much for joining us here.
Thanks for inviting me, Adrian, and sorry that I'm like this, but I'm boiling over here. It's so hot, you can't imagine. At the moment, it's around 40 degrees, so yeah.
Yes, and I'm in the southern hemisphere, which is winter at this point. So
yeah, over here it's summer, you know.
And I can see, you know, our crowd here are obviously from all over the world, so I'm sure they can relate to that. And
I can imagine, yeah, for sure.
Thanks for that, Toshko. Well, to start with, Toshko, you know, thanks so much for joining us today. I know that your time, as you, you know, I mentioned, you've got so many things going on in your life, high achievement type things, and you know, you've taken the time to be on here, which is fantastic to demonstrate in this free demonstration. We want to, I just have a couple of questions also before we get started. We had a look at the, and as I mentioned, I was a judge at the time. I'd never met you before,
yes.
and you were one of the competitors there. But can you take us through just how the contest had worked for you over those three successive?
So remember, contest is to, you know, to test your skills, obviously, in all the fields, including, you know, martial arts or trading or you name it. So obviously it was great for me, for my experience, and who am I today, obviously, because you compete against a lot of people. Back then it was a few thousand traders, I remember. And at first I wasn't being sure in myself because guess what? My first competition actually was after I lost a fortune when this crisis came for the first time in 2008.
Yes.
Remember, so up to then I used it to think that I am some kind of god and I know everything, like everyone else, obviously. And when the crisis came and hit me really hard, well, guess what? I started thinking differently. Yeah, I was grounded, as they say. So when I saw this advertising about the World Championship that you were holding, I decided to try myself, right? I had already a system, but wasn't being sure exactly. So if you remember back then, we allowed to start even at the end of the period, right? And trade just for a few days eventually. But the main idea was who makes the highest profit. And guess what? Because I wasn't being sure in myself and my system back then, I tested, and I traded just for the last week, actually, of the competition, the very first one that I attended. And these gains over 600% actually are achieved in a week of trading.
Yes. I remember, and also there were still very stringent rules at that stage about
So
make and so on. So it wasn't just like one trade, and it was
no. You should make, you know, it's always have been like this. You should make a predetermined number of trades minimum, right? And so on and so on. So I managed to succeed with all these rules just in 1 week. It was a bit tough, but yeah, but I succeed because I wanted. So I won and I saw that I can. Then for the second one, because I already had this confidence in myself, right? So, and of course I improved my trading a bit because as you know me and all of my members, they know that I like to experiment and to find something better. Simply because the market is pretty dynamic, right? And we should adapt. If we don't adapt, guess what? We will lose. That's it. So that's why I came with another system, a bit of improved one, with a couple of indicators added, tweaked the settings of others, you know, simply because they worked better. And yeah, then I had a full month of trading, and it could be seen from my results, they have been even better, right? And then for the third one, because you came with strange rules again, It was even tougher. Like, you know, I thought, well, they're trying to, you know, to cut everyone. That's was my thoughts back then, because it was simply almost impossible. Like, I'm going to trade some fund of, you know, on Wall Street, some big company like Warren Buffett's one, for example. So, you know, it was rules for risk, it was for drawdown, it was for what size, you name it. Anyway, but I was well prepared with my third system. I coded a few things myself, and yeah, it worked out.
And did fantastically well. Well, today, you know, that brings us to where we are at today in that sense. And, you know, I just wanted to go through basically what you're going to do today is you're going to demonstrate for the people who are on here who want to discover the secret to being consistently profitable, which is really the secret to trading, month in and month out, because that's how you grow your personal trading account into your own fortune. Right?
Yes.
And we want to know, we're going to be showing how you get, how and why signals are coming and how you can pull a similar win rate to you without even using a system.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's the idea for this Trade Command Center is to help as well the new traders and also more experienced traders. Why? Because for new traders, for example, they're afraid to take trades at some point, especially when they start getting losers. And this is part of the business, actually. You know, like any other business, you will have losers. There is no exception. There is no other way. Believe me, there is no other way. And at some point, I mean, you could be lucky, you could strike, say, a couple of weeks without losers, but then boom, it will come sooner or later. So that's exactly why I came with Trade Command Center, to show people my trades, right? I will be posting there my trades, my personal trades. So you could at least compare your, you know, trades to them, you know. So, or if you're an experienced trader, you know, it will help if you have some doubts, for example, because we do have them from time to time, as we know. So let's say you can compare and confirm that you are right or you are wrong, you know. So
Yes. So you'll be able to show us, Toshko, exactly where to enter, exit, and
yes, it's really simple, you know, because all the info that you need, it's up there. You don't need to know the system or something or indicator. So, you know, the idea is that you could use this even on your mobile device. I mean, sometimes I'm on the beach or somewhere else, you know, I'm checking my trades on my mobile phone.
All right. Can you show us more about what you're talking about there, Toshko?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Just let me share my screen. So share, and just let me know if you can see my screen. Can you? I can't hear you, Adrian. You're muted, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see it. We can see it. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So this is the most important part of my Trade Command Center, actually, this table over here, this dashboard. Why? Because I'm posting my trades over here. You see, at the moment we have, I think, 8, right? That are going. Some of them are already going on, and I have comments for them and so on. But let me start what you get over here, actually, right? So first you have date. This means when this particular trade was posted or was edited by me, of course. Then we have pair. This means the currency pair that is this trade about. Then we have time frame. This means the time frame for this trade. In this case, it's daily, day one, right? It will be from 5 minutes up to monthly, simply because I like to trade 1 minute, and I know that a lot of people want to learn how to trade, but everything happens really fast there, and I can't manage to and succeed to post the trade, because by the time when I will be ready, it will be gone, you know, yeah. Then we have direction over here, which will be buy, colored in green, means that we will buy, or sell, colored in red. Really easy to recognize and make a difference. Then we have entry. This means the entry price, the exact entry price for this trade. Then we have stop loss. again, the exact stop loss for this trade, right? Then we have TP1, TP2. This means take profit 1, take profit 2. Why? Because I have usually 2 take profit targets.
Sure. So just to clarify there, so for Toshko,
Yes.
so all this does, it lets you know exactly when you posted your signal, and it tells you the pair, the time frame. Now those time frames can be anything from if you
5
have the
minutes
time
up to
from
monthly.
5 minutes,
Yes, yes.
all the way up to monthly even. And then you've got an entry, stop loss, and take profit.
Yes, yes. And then we have chart over here, this button. When you click on it, you will open in a different window the chart for this particular trade. So it's, as you can see, it's taken from MT4 platform, again with entry level over here, take profit target 1, take profit target 2, stop loss over here. Really easy to read, right?
And this is from using your Fortunato system that you've
yes, because currently I'm using my Fortunatus FX trading system to trade and make living for me, for myself.
Well, this is the exact trades you're taking. Now, the
Yes.
thing about it is that these trades are put up in advance so that you don't have to, you know, you're not entering the trade and then showing people.
Yes, yes, it's not afterwards, obviously, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and over here, just below the trade, you will have this comment, as you can see, comment. In this case, it says potential buy after break of the predetermined entry level. So really, clearly, right?
Now, could you demonstrate how it would actually work in real life?
Yes, yes. Probably let's take this one. This is gold, as you can see, daily. It's sell, sorry. Let's check the chart. You see, we have charts with everything really clearly mentioned over here. So let's see how easy it is actually. Let me open my MT4. By the way, this is gold, as you can see, and this is my Fortunatus FX trading system loaded, because that's what I have on all of my charts. But anyway, let me clear it out. I will vote an empty chart.
That's what you're using, but if someone was just using your signal, so to speak, they could be on any chart, right?
Yes, as I said, they could be even on your mobile device. You know, it's as long as you have account with some broker and you have charts, it's okay. You don't need indicators or something to show you what is going on. So this is empty chart for gold. I'm using candlesticks, yeah, simply because I like the look and I get a lot of information, by the way. So as we said, it's daily, right? Let's see, is it daily? Yeah, it's daily. We sell, okay. We sell, right, okay. Then I will copy my entry price. We'll go there. I will open sell order, pending order. Then I will modify it. So let's modify it. Pending, right? At the price, I will just paste the price over here, right? Then let's see, stop loss. Stop loss is this one. I will simply copy it. And again, paste. Then take profit target. So over here is something. I'm usually setting my second take profit target. Why? Because just in case if the market explodes and I could collect my money faster. I will explain a bit later. So take profit, boom. So now, boom, voila. I set the first one, sorry. Let me manage it. Anyway, so usually I'm setting the second one, take profit target, right? In this case, sorry, but it's not sure why it's the first one. Seems like it's the first one. Anyway.
It's very easy. You just copy paste and basically.
Yes, and that's it. As you can see now, I have my pending order already set. So as soon as the price goes through it, it will be activated. My trade will be opened, and that's it.
And if you enter the trade, basically you can also set that pending order to expire, so that if it doesn't hit,
so yeah, it's up to you. You know, you can set it to expire at some point. For example, over here you see you have expire. You can click over here and set a date for this, right? So it's up
And
to you.
sure, and all this part of it you obviously explain to your members, and you will be demonstrating how they
Oh,
can
yes,
learn
for
about
sure.
that in just a
Oh,
while.
for sure.
If they're not
Yes.
sure how to do this, yeah.
Yes, yes. So yeah, it's really easy, as you can see. There is no rocket science or something, just
Yes. And to
just
do
like that.
this, to do this part of it, you don't need to have any predetermined system as such. You could just
Well,
use
as
it.
you can see, this is an empty chart, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's all that one
yeah,
needs. And you can be
yeah.
a beginner, intermediate, advanced, doesn't matter.
Yes,
This
as I
is all,
said, if you're a beginner, it's great because it helps to gain confidence in yourself, right? If you're an advanced trader, it's great because you can compare my trades to yours, and eventually this will help to clean your trading as well, right? So yeah, everyone is having use of this.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really great. It's simple to
yeah.
use. That's the way I would
Yeah, it's as this as sometimes, for example, if some trade is because obviously higher time frames trades, they're going for days or weeks sometimes, right? It's not like because for example over here I'm like for, I think it was around 600 pips or something on gold, so it can't be like just straight away. Of course it can if something happens on the market, but usually it takes days or a week.
And oftentimes also you'd see the 15 minutes and earlier
Yes,
or
right.
lower. But
As I
at
said,
this time we're live, so we don't see those trades that have closed already. But
yes,
these
because they
are still
happen
active.
too fast, obviously, yeah. That's why they're only daily. And if the trade is going on, I will keep you posted with what is going on. As you can see, this comment over here, you see what it says. Half of the position closed with 223 pips of profit, stop loss moved to predetermined entry level, blah, 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 blah. So it's, you see, well explained, so you can follow what is going on and you can adjust yours as well. That's the idea. You can see on the screenshots as well. So the images will be updated as well, as you can see, right?
Yes. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. And that's not all that's in here, right? So there's a
Oh,
lot
yes. Oh,
more.
yes. We have
Yeah.
a lot of things, actually. So probably, let me see. Let's go downwards from over here. So what we have just below our table with the trades, we have technical analysis part, which is great. Why? Because it gives technical analysis from all the default indicators used in trading platforms. I mean default indicators, right? For all the time frames for major currency pairs. So you see we have euro, pound, dollar, Australian dollar. So we have different time frames. As you can see over here, it says sell. Why? Because 14 of the default indicators for sell. 9 for neutral and 3 for buy. That's why it's mostly to sell. If we switch time frames, for example, 5 minutes, it will be different. If we switch to daily, it will be different. As you can see, it changes, right? You see strong sell for 4 hours, simply because we have no for buy, and it's really
Sure. So
nice too.
this is like an extra confirmation if somebody wants
Yes, so if you
to
have some doubts, right, in your trading, it's great too because it helps. Instead
Any,
of you going through all the indicators, loading them on the chart, can you imagine having 26 indicators? Let's be serious, it will be overwhelming. Yeah, at least. So it's impossible to. But you see, this way you have it over here. It's really nice, by the way. It helps a lot when you have doubts in your trading. If we scroll a little bit downwards, we have economic calendar, which is great too. Why? Because economic news releases are one of the things that you should consider when you're trading. Why? Because if you have some high impact news releases, market starts to act unpredictable and natural, and guess what? Nobody could say what will happen next, and eventually you would lose money. And we don't want to lose because we want to gain. That's the idea of our trading. This is business like any other.
yes.
So we have, as you can see, different for different countries, you can see different pairs. I mean, for example, this is United States, means dollar, right? Over here, it's Canada, Canadian dollar, and so on and so on. Also, we have the strength of this economic news. So if it's like orange like over here, this is middle impact on the market. If it's red like over here, it's high impact, obviously way more dangerous to trade around it. If it's yellow, this means low impact on the market. So it's really nice to help. Otherwise, if you take trades when there is some high impact news release about to be released, guess what? Probably you would lose most of the times at least. And you can filter your economic calendar for different countries and so on and so on. You see, or different like continents or major countries and so on. So it's up to you. Also, you could use over here only high impact news to be shown and so on. So it's up to you, but it's great too. Believe me, it helps. Without it, there is no trader, successful trader, that trades without knowing what is going on the economic calendar.
Sure. And besides this, you're also you've got regular lessons and so on that you've got also with.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure.
So anything that we are listening to now, they get to know when.
Oh, yes.
At least once a week. I know that there's one coming up very soon.
That's the next week.
And I think that's probably there over the overview section.
Yes, the overview section is, yes, as you said, it's where you can register for the next webinar. In this case, it's next Wednesday, 7th of July. Yeah. And over here, if someone, and in meantime, while I'm, answering his question, you can go and watch this video. It's overview of Trade Command Center, how to use it and so on and so on. Really easy.
Yes, so these are live webinars, just like the one we're on at the moment.
Yes, exactly like now. Yes, yeah.
They happen, and the recordings will be put up in here as well. So that's fantastic.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. It's regular webinars, live webinars. This means we will talk. We will be, sharing knowledge. I will answer questions. I will teach people as usual. Yeah.
Great.
Then we have my first trading system over here. The first winning that I use it to win the first World Championship. So it's good if you want to get to know me a little bit, like to get into my shoes, right? Yes. As they say.
And that's still a fantastic system, by the way, because
honestly, yes. Yes, yeah. I really like it. Actually, yeah, they use it to work really great. Then we have this traders pack over here, where I've put a few important things for all traders, but especially new traders, they need them for sure. Like major levels indicator, simply because it's really hard for most traders to determine, even advanced traders, to determine the major levels, because they are confused from this, support, resistance, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? It's actually major levels. Right, so it's good to have something that helps you until you get to know how to determine them with your eyes. Then re-entry indicator, why I've put it over here, because most of the times actually, you get a fresh signal, right? Price hits your take profit target, you collect your profits, but guess what? It continues to go in this direction. I mean, all the signals are still valid, right? For sell, for example. So guess what? Instead of losing your time and waiting for another fresh signal, it's better to have something that will give you more trading opportunities. In this case, re-entry indicator. So as long as you have your signals for sell, for example, if this re-entry indicator gives you a sell, you're going to improve your profits. Obviously, that's the idea.
And these are put together by you. These are
yes.
You, right? So you're also a coder.
Of course, yeah. So as you know, it's good that you mentioned, but yeah, I like to code a lot. Simply because this way you could be sure that everything will be done as it should be. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult to communicate between, for example, a coder, simply a programmer, he won't know what exactly I want because I'm a trader. It's different. Yeah. So that's why I prefer for myself to do all this. Then we have trade journal. Trade journal is how a trading day should be approached. How I approach, for example, trading days.
So you can
Yeah,
input
it's a
all
must.
your journal of your trades.
Yeah,
And
because most traders, most new traders, especially, they usually can't find their own routine. I mean, they are confused when to check charts, what to do. Usually, they are waiting for hours in front of their charts, which is waste of time. Obviously, Yeah, that's the idea of this. Then we have this risk calculator over here, which is a great
handy,
tool.
especially for people who might have been asking, how much do I need to
Yes.
put on a trade? What's my percentage risk and so on.
Yes. So that's the exact tool for you. So we have two of them over here. The first one is to calculate your percentage to risk. So this means, let's say that you want to risk 2% of your account. So you input your account size, you choose your currency for your account size, then your percent that you want to risk, right, of this account, then your stop loss for this particular trade, for example, then the pair that you're about to take an entry on, then you click compute and you will get how much money you would risk. And then you will get also over here the lot size that you should use. You see, so yeah, it's really useful because a lot of traders are confused exactly from this. They don't know what size to use, and yeah.
So that's a very handy tool. Yes. You don't need to write it down on a piece of paper with a calculator.
Yes. And the second one is so you want to risk, for example, $30. So it's exactly the same like above, but in this case, from what you want to risk, like money amount, you will get the exact risk and again, what size and so on and so on. Excellent. And over here, everything is well explained how to use this calculator over here in this video, just below them. Really nice and easy. Then we have this analytics section where it shows the analytics of this trade command center of my trades that I posted over here. As you can see, the profits vary, right? It's obvious because it's like any other business, you can't make exactly 100, for example, dollars every day. You can only if you work for someone else. But when you're the businessman, right, the boss, guess what? Your profits will vary. Yeah, so you can see what is going on over here.
Yes,
we have
and
currently,
of course, weekends, there's no trading as well. But
and remember, Adrian, remember on the slide that you showed it was 96%, right?
Yes,
well, now it's 97. Okay. So it's improved a bit, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's well over the 90s, so that's really brilliant still.
Well, actually, even if you make just 50% or 30% win ratio, guess what? You could be making money because it's up to money, not about, if you win 50 cents on a trade, guess what? And you win 100% of the trades, well, what? 50 cents,
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, we're talking about money, as they say. So sorry for this. So over here, the last but not least is support section, which is really important for everyone. If you have some troubles with something around this Trade Command Center, guess what? You have support over here. So you can use email, right, to contact me or my team. You can use Skype. You can use even phone. But guess what? We have something even better. We have direct contact through Messenger over here, which is great. If I'm online, I will answer. If one of my team is, but not me, he will answer. So you have direct contact to me or my team.
So that's instant contact when you're available during trading days. And of course, that's really fantastic to get that. And it's only for the members, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Because can you imagine, I can't, sorry, but I can't handle, thousands of people messaging me at the same time. Sure. And you can imagine I'm involved in Karate Alliance as well. So it's, I'm judge of the World Championship as well. So it's,
A lot going on. Well, I see there also you've got your Fortunatus FX there for certain of the members too.
Yes, Adrian. This is section for my system that I'm using now, Fortunatus FX. So over here in this section, we have the manual for the system. We have downloads, meaning where you will download your indicators and so on. Then we have lessons, how to install and so on, rules. Then we have webinars exclusively for these members of Fortunatus FX, right? So it's obvious that it will be different. And again, we have my second winning system over here, like a bonus for my members of Fortunatus FX. By the way, as I show it you, it looks like this. Fortunatus FX.
And that's the backbone of all the signals. So this is for people that really want to know or might want to trade this themselves in addition to what you're trading and learn the actual technique and the system that you have created.
Yeah, they will get, my members will get, how to say, advanced techniques over here, because it's not just like, you get a fresh signal, go. No, we have a lot of advanced techniques in order to make it even better. So, yeah, you know what I mean.
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah, so...
And all the details are disclosed about the system itself and the rules for it and so on, yes.
Yes. And then probably our guests wonder what is this Fortunatus FX TA. Right. So first, let me start with this, that I don't like robots at all. And all of my members know through the years that I'm totally against them, simply because they don't work. They work for a while, at most for a month, and guess what? Afterwards, you lose everything. Sorry, but this is the reality.
So for those who don't know what a robot is, it's basically a program that is coded to take trades for you according to a coded script. And whether you like it or not, the robot just takes the trades and continues to take them. And it doesn't change based on market conditions. It just goes ahead and does its thing. But the trade assistant that you've got there is something different, right? It's not, not that.
So what's the idea of trading assistant? Exactly a system. The idea is to give me signals when I'm busy to scan my charts, because usually I'm a lot busier today than I was in the past, with all these things on my head, as you can imagine. So this, and for all of others, especially new traders, they're having difficulties to spot the exact entries. Usually it's too late or it's too early. So they usually say, well, I missed it for, say, 10 minutes because I have gone to cook my dinner, for example. Well, guess what? The idea of trading assistant is to give you possible signals. So it will give you potential entries. Then you will go and check for yourself. And if you want, you will take it. If you don't. That's the idea. So you see, in this case, you won't miss any entries. So let me show you, by the way, how it works, because I have predetermined template for it as well. As you can see, this is the Fortunatus FX TA. So in this case, all the indicators say sell, you see, and it says conservative sell. This means that, everything is in agreement for sell. But if we change time frame, it will be a bit different. As you can see over here, F30, there is no signals from both of them, so it's neutral. If you change to M5, guess what? It says buy, 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 aggressive buy.
And it's nearly there. Now, if you were able to take a trade, we can't see it right now because we're live, and it might not be showing that at the moment, or it might have just shown it. A pop-up comes up that I've seen and says, do you want to enter this trade at this level, yes or no? Yes. And then you press that button.
Yeah, it's like a pop-up window over here, right? Pop-up box. Yes. It will say like, it will be saying something like potential short entry at this price with this kind of profit in pips with this stop loss at this price. Would you like to take it, for example, right? Yes. So if you click yes, okay. In this case, guess what? It will manage the trade for you. I mean, it will open the trade with setting stop loss and take profit targets for you immediately. And of course, it's pure customizable. I mean, you can set double the second take profit target predetermined before, everything started, right, for your TA. And and it scans your charts and gives you signals. That's the beauty of Trading Assistant. That's the help, actually.
Yes.
That's the idea. Yeah.
That's the idea behind it. And of course, if anyone wants to know how to install it, you've got full lessons on how to do that and how it works and so on from the technical side.
Just a second. So over here under this section, we have download, where you can download Fortunatus FXTA. We have installation video, how to install and so on, right? How to authenticate and so on. Now we have lessons, meaning how to manage all the settings and so on and so on. And guess what? We have my third winning system over here, like a bonus for my members under this section, Fortunatus FXTA.
All right.
So, yeah.
Fantastic. So everything is in this trade command center. So it really is what you call a trade command center. You've got everything you could possibly need for your signals. You've got the system, you've got a trade assistant, you've got other tools, calculators. You can check the analytics, you've got support. Everything is in one place. And of course, someone can log in from this from anywhere and just go in and see what happens to be on there at that time, and then decide to trade or not to trade it, right?
Yes. As I said, you could be somewhere on coffee with friends, or on the beach, or somewhere in the mountain. As long as you have signal, mobile signal, you can check over here. You can check your charts, and you can take some entry.
So this is also something that's never been released before. I know that we've done just another presentation a short while ago on this, and the reception for that has been fantastic. It's something that's new, and you've not done this before, and it's not been seen before. So I think at this point I can also get to some questions, and I know one of the biggest questions people are asking is, so how do I get hold of this? And I'll go through them all in a moment. How do I get hold of especially the system you used in the Surefire Trading Challenge? Because that I know is of interest to everyone, and you've just shown it, but you've only given this really as a gift to a very small handful of people over time. But you've agreed to open it up now to disclose that is opening.
I can't handle a lot of people, simply can't. It's simply impossible for me,
Yeah, so that's fantastic. So we get in each of those stages, all three of those systems are actually available. Now, just to clarify also, Toshko, these can be traded on whether it's any of the systems or your Fortunatus system or the signals on. It goes across all time frames, all currency pairs, whichever ones happen to be working.
Yes.
All right. So that's great. So, I know there's still a lot of questions coming in, and I do want to get through them with the time that we've got. So let me just also cover exactly for the people who are on here, how exactly they can get this. So I'm going to be answering all those questions now. I know that people are putting them in. The question is, how do I get hold of the Trade Command Center and get in with you, right? So by invitation only, Toshko, we've selected a certain amount of people, and these are, everyone that's on here right now is only here by invitation. You've been identified as somebody that this is of interest for, and that Toshko would value as a client inside the Trade Command Center. So it's a special premier offer, because as I mentioned, it hasn't been offered anywhere before. The full access to your Trade Command Center and your trades and trading notes and trade management, the signals and so on, it would be at least, and this is just my valuation on it, at least $2,000. Plus your World Championship system, that very first one, 09D3. I think it's invaluable actually, but I've put a value here of at least $2,000. And together that makes up at least a value of $4,000 for that. Plus, of course, you've got your live support, your messaging, and you're doing those lessons for your general Trade Command Center members with yourself and the team, and you're going over trading lessons and so on, and answering questions live on the charts. That's at least another $2,000 value. So in total, just for that section, I could see that the value is at least $6,000 from a three-time world trading champion to follow your trades. That is extremely a good deal. But you're offering it to the people on here today for a one-off payment of $499, right? So once off, $499, and you can get access to the signals and go on to weekly live sessions with yourself and the winning system. But there's more, because we had a discussion also before this, before we decided on doing this demonstration, and you decided that yes, you'll still give access to the TCC membership and all your trading signals, as well as full access to all three of those championship systems, the 09D3, D9D2, F10L3. You know, again, I'm sure the value is a lot higher than this. I've just put it down as a valuation at $3,000. And you're going to give full access to the Fortunatus FX system, the one that you're showing. That's the backbone of the signals. And people can actually learn how it actually works and trade it by themselves, should they wish to do so. And I mean, that's really opening the back door to getting to see how your mind works and how the system works. That value must be at least $2,000 also. And you have that trade assistant that you showed us, fully coded, value at least $499. I'm sure it's much more than that, but just for the purposes of giving it a valuation, I'm sure you'd all agree. Plus full access to the Fortunatus FX, because you'll be doing different sessions for those people that are going to be learning about the actual Fortunatus system itself and trading with them, and that's value must be at least $2,000. I know that you coach, when you had time, you were coaching at over $1,000 an hour to your coaching clients. So, you know, just the value of that is like an hour or two is worth of lessons, but you're going to be giving much more than that. And then full access again to your trader supporter messaging at all times, and that's must be at least $2,000 there as well. So let's just do a recap, because I know it's a lot to take in. So you've got full access to the TCC membership and trade signals. You've got 3 championship systems fully disclosed, plus full access to the Fortunatus FX system, your current pinnacle system, full access to the Fortunatus FX trade assistant, and full access to the live lessons and trading that you're doing, both for the members generally, as well as for Fortunatus members separately. Full access to, of course, the support and the live chat, the messaging and access to you. Well, you know, I did some sums, and the total value of all that is at least close on $11,500 US. But you've agreed to give this to the people that are on this presentation. It isn't anywhere else. You can Google it, you won't find it. Only for the people on this presentation, a $750 offer. That's over 90% discount. I think it actually works out to something like 93% discount. But I mean, that is a fantastic offer. Thank you very much, Toshko. You know, I think this is going to change a lot of people's lives. It's everything that you can possibly offer in one place for a one-off $750. And at it's only available at that link that you see on your screen, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. I will put it in the chat in just a moment, but if you are looking at it at the moment, please just make a note of that. So, you know, the way I see it is there's basically 2 choices. It's not a question of should you be a member. I think you should. If you're on here today, there's no reason why you shouldn't be a member. You should be on this no matter what, because there isn't another opportunity anywhere in the world where you get a 3-time world trading champion telling you his particular trades that you can basically follow along with, and educating you and showing you a system and all that you can get. But there's 2 choices, basically, the way I see it. Either one can go for the Trade Command Center membership and the signals, very valuable at $499, or take up that special premier offer for the VIPs that want literally everything. And I can't think of a reason why a person wouldn't want everything, really, especially if it's discounted down from $11,500 to $750. And that you can only find either of these 2 offers at the same link, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. Please do put in the VIP, otherwise you're not going to get to the page. That'll take you to a page that looks like this, essentially, and then you choose one or the other. And then it takes less than a minute to fill in your details, and you could be in the session with Toshko, even as I talk. That's how quick that can happen. So, but Toshko, just one point there is that this is a limited offer, right? So it's only for people that have been on here by invitation, but you will change this up because, as you mentioned, you can't, you only want a certain amount of traders in there because you want to spend some personal time.
Yeah, because I don't have so much time, simply I physically can't.
Yes, so you want to be able to assist a limited amount of traders. And while this is being offered today, whoever accepts this, they will be, of course, grandfathered in. And at some stage later, the prices, if you want somebody else to come in, then at that point, you're going to put them up to what they should really be. So, that's why I'm saying you're so generous, and thank you for that very much. So I think what we can do perhaps is just also mention to you, if you think of any other questions you haven't answered here, that we're going to get to in a moment, please do let us know at support@tradecommandcenter.com or on Laziak, Skype at Laziak Trading. One of the team members will be on standby there. Obviously, Toshko's on this for the moment. So I know that there's a lot of chats that have come through on that as well as on the webinar. So I'm trying to make notes as I'm going along, and hopefully I can answer them. And if you see my screen, I'm not sure if you can see what I can see. I don't know what you see at the moment, Toshko, but I'm just trying to open up
just this with chat or chat with me here.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm just going to leave this particular slide up while I do that, because I know some people wanted to get that link. But I've opened up the chat box, which is very small, and I just have to go have a look here. So I'm just randomly just going through what we've got on here, as well as on Skype and through other messages that are coming through. But isn't $4.99 for life of a year? No, it's for life. As I said, this offer now, as it stands, is for as long as, obviously, Tosh goes around and doing this, but it's at least for a year. And it's not a rebilling. There's no rebill or so. If you take up the offer as part of this group that are on here, you get grandfathered in. In future, you will put up the price, I'm sure, and then it will be on a recurring basis. But for you guys who are on here just now, very valuable VIPs, as I mentioned, you will get this for life. And that counts also for the 750 offer, which I really recommend you take, because that'll only come around once, and once he fills up, that's the end of that. Is there a mobile app for the TCC? There's no mobile app. It's just it's a website. So if you've got a phone, laptop, computer, tablet, anything that has an internet connection, what will happen is you'll be sent a username and password and a link. You just then get in using the username and password. You can access it via your phone or via a tablet or anything else, and you're in there. So you don't have to download any apps. There's no other software to install to be able to access the Trade Command Center, not at all. You will need to, and I'm sure that Toshko will explain this as well, but you will need to have an account with a broker. You're not affiliated with any brokers, right, Toshko? So you're not going to say,
yes, sorry, but that's something that I don't want to be. Yeah.
So everyone's got their own broker, and of course we're here from all over the world. So you might want to research which is the best broker if you don't have one in your particular region. If you do, then it doesn't matter if it's an MT4 or MT5 or who the broker is.
It doesn't matter actually.
Yeah, because the entry points and so on, the exits are going to be the same on the charts. And whether you're trading in US dollars or anything else, whichever your local currency is, doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you get the entry, exit, take profit targets, and all of the trade management techniques that you will show them on the Trade Command Center over time also, obviously. So, yes, and you can't see their accounts in any case. So you don't link your account in any way to Trade Command Center. It's separate, right? So, so the signals will come through quite often. Sorry, is this Dr. Johnson? Hi, Dr. Johnson. They do come through quite often. Now, the frequency that they do update, that's a very good question. I know that you wanted to cover that. They do update at least every 15 minutes. They refresh automatically. And no, the signals, some days you could have a lot of signals coming through, and some days a bit less.
Sorry, Adrian, let me answer to Dr. Johnson. So, Dr. Johnson,
sure. Thanks. Sorry.
and hope everyone else who is, asking the same. So, as you know, trading is not like something put in a box, right? We can't say we will have 2 signals today, every day. No, it's impossible. That's not how real trading is. So it works differently. So as soon as there are good signals, you will get them. Usually it will be European morning and United States morning, meaning European afternoon after US session open, because that's when good signals occur usually, right?
But also that's for the signals. But if someone is trading, they can trade anytime, right?
No, if you're trading, so look, obviously I can't post all of my trades. It's obvious, right? Simply because I have a lot of other things to do. And for me to prepare, this image and so on, it's not like just, it takes time. And obviously I don't have this time in excess. So, yeah. So, but if you're trading Fortunatus FX, you can trade 24/5.
Yes, anytime
as
you
long
want.
as the market is open, you can trade. Because, for example, when I was in Australia with my wife, because she's from there, guess what? I traded during Australian day, right? When I'm in Europe, I'm trading during Europe day. It's trades
always with American. Yes,
yeah.
Yes, for sure. And also, I think I must mention there, Toshko, that although many trade opportunities do present themselves, even with this, different
Yes.
systems, you are only looking at, and that's why you get that 94% win rate.
Yes.
You're only looking for the highest probability trades that you.
That's something, Adrian, because members from my, other products in the past, they know me that I'm really picky. That's why I have this win rate, and that's why I'm making money actually and living out of trading.
Yes.
Simply because I'm not going for all the trades that appear.
Yes.
If you go for all of them, guess what? You will lose. That's all. You can't simply. You should be picky in your trades and pick only the best ones. And
Yes.
believe me, something else, because most new traders want to trade lower time frames. Guys, don't start with lower time frames. I said so many times that you should start trade at least from M30 upwards, or maybe 1 hour or 4 hour or daily even. Simply because you will gain confidence in your trading and you will be, your
more consistent.
win success will be way higher,
Yes, much more consistent. But also, of course, you'd recommend, I'm sure, that anyone who does start out, just start out with a demo account to begin with. Just try it out.
For sure. So,
try it out and see how it goes.
When I started, there weren't any demo accounts, so I should start directly with live. And but now you have this great opportunity to trade with demo first to see if you're successful, and then switch to live. That's what you should do. And when you do switch to live account, start with something small.
For sure.
And don't tell me that you can't make money with small account, because I can show you. I have one small account that I started. In a couple of days, it's 200% up without losing trades. So, it's possible. Just don't be on hurry. Don't rush. Go with step by step, slowly and steady.
Yes, I sometimes say to my students, the biggest step that you can take is actually that leap where you say, you go from talking about it to actually doing it. So when you take that plunge and you actually show that you're serious and actually do something to improve your trading, that's when you will go towards being a successful trader. But if you're willing to listen but not really do act, that's not going to help. Just like in any situation, you really have to take that plunge. And as I said, I can't think of anyone, with a higher win rate anyway. And from my personal knowledge with you over the years, who would be a better mentor at this point for this Trade Command Center, really, that with this offer. So thanks for that question. Now, sorry, I just want to move on to another question here. Well, a few questions. I'm not sure if we can get through them all, Prasanna, but thank you for that. Is there a discount? Well, this is the discount, Prasanna. This is really, well over $10,000, $10,500, even more discount that he's giving you on this particular demonstration. So, yes, and Will it be available? Yes, there is. A recording will be sent out to everyone, but there's no guarantee that by that stage Toshko doesn't close it down or change up the offer, because it's only for the introductory people that are on that
Yes.
this offer is here for now. While it's here. All right. So there are some other questions I know, Prasanna, you've got here, which I think are more related to each particular trade, and then that is what Toshko will be educating a person on inside. Once you remember, you'll get to know about it. Things like how many losses.
Sorry.
Yes.
Adrian, sorry, I can answer on some of his questions. Because it's probably a lot of members are asking the same, so
Sure.
how do we know if it's too late to enter and avoid entry? You would know, Prasanna, because if it's cancelled, it will be removed from the dashboard, from the table. Sorry, guys. Also, if it's too late, I would post like a comment. It will be just ongoing, but nothing else. So obviously you would know for sure. Also, for the second one, if we are making losses, how do we cut loss? Well, this is something really easy if you are a member of Fortunatus FX system, because we have a lot of exit possibilities. That's the beauty of Fortunatus FX, that we know when to cut losses. Remember, in order to progress, you should cut your losers short, as they say. So,
Sure. And
you're right, Adrian.
if I buy the package, how do I attend the class? Well, inside the members area, there is a post there that all the members are being able to register for their live webinar sessions. So that gets regularly updated, and they will be emailed also. And, through various support mechanisms to be told that there is this session coming up. Would you like to take part? If so, here's your link. And you could be on a session like this, but with the members and Toshko. So it is all inside of there. And it's only for members, obviously, because they get to ask him directly one-on-one all the questions that they have, or get to see him trading live and updating them with what's happening there. And any other future updates that get made are also then included in there. The system, will it be available? If you've got the system and you've been with Toshko for a few months with it, the idea is that he really is trying to get you, if you are a Fortunatus FX member with full access for that $750, that you have a pinnacle system there, a top professional grade system that you can learn to trade for the rest of your life, the rest of your days, as long as the markets are open. Fortunatus FX is there. It's a knowledge that you acquire. So it's not something that will suddenly disappear after a month. Once you've got it, you've got it.
The idea generally is to teach you guys how to trade on your own for yourself. Because guess what? I could be gone somewhere. I could be gone completely. Who knows? I could crash with a car. So then what? You will stop trading simply because I'm not there. The idea is to be a trader on your own. That's my idea, and that's what I was trying to do through these years, right?
Yes, but of course, nothing like that is happening at the moment. But you are going to be constantly putting in your signals for indefinitely.
For sure. I'm just saying that the idea is to, to teach them to trade for themselves. That's the best thing.
Yes, 100%. Sal's asking, can you do a quick explanation of the FX portion, TA portion? I'm not sure if that's before or after you showed it.
Don't know, honestly. I think after, probably.
It could be after. Well, Sal, I think we, just because we're running out of a bit of time here, that particular TA comes up on your chart. It shows exactly when you should enter, and then you just press yes or no. It's something that happens live. So if there aren't any signals currently, then it won't actually pop up. So you won't be able to demonstrate it. But there are videos inside the members area that show that. Thank you very much, Prasanna. You purchased already. That's fantastic. I am actually getting other messages from people too. Sorry, because that's what's distracting me, is just that some other guys are also in and are sending messages. Thank you for that, Adrian and Toshko, and they're now members. Guys, I know that you're all short on time, and we want to get moving to the other side to join your members, Toshko. So I'm going to leave this up on screen for maybe the next minute or so. If you have the ability to write it down, please write it down right now. I'll just put it into your browser, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. This link over here, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. I'm going to basically stop sharing the screen there at the moment, and I just want to thank everyone for being on here. And let me type it in also. Hopefully it comes through to commandcenter.com. Sorry, there might be some questions we might have missed along the way, because I know they're coming in from all sides, but if we did, I'll show you in just a moment how you can ask more questions there. I just wanted to show myself on screen with everybody one last time and just say thank you very much. Thank you, Toshko. I appreciate
Thanks, Adrian, and thank you, everyone.
I'm sure we all do.
Yeah, I hope that you liked what you saw, guys. And yeah, thanks for being with me today and with Adrian.
Yes. So one more time, guys, you get two choices there, 499 or 750. I highly encourage you to take up the 750 offer with everything that's in there. You can see how valuable that actually is while he's been so generous and while he has the time to accept new members, which are going to be limited. So one more time, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone from that point of view, and
bye from me, guys.
Let's hope to see you on the other side. Thank you so much, Toshko.
Bye, bye, everyone.
Really enjoyed that. Thank you. Cheers, Toshko. Okay, I'll put an end to it. Thanks, guys. www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. And I know Toshko is eagerly awaiting you to meet him on the other side. Thank you.